Hello YouTube, Dezaras Prime here, Mike with another Dark Saviour video log. This is kind of an experiment. I've got three things to talk about mainly, but I'm going to divide the video log into three parts. So this will be 9 I believe, the next will be 10, 11. I'll explain why when I get to part 3 because it does kind of revolve around that. The first part will be talk about the latest episode, Foundations, the season 2 premiere. Second part will talk about goings on in the DCUO cinematic multiverse, which is a thing now. And the third part will talk about bite sizing. So, Foundations. Took me longer to get here than I originally intended because there's a new voice actor. Her name's Alex, she voices Terrania, and yeah, she did a good job. For a first outing it was good, especially the combat scene, because we'd gone over some stuff and some of it was what she'd sent earlier. I usually write combat dialogue later, as you know, and then so I sent her that, and I just had, she put more into that, I felt, and I'm hoping that'll continue. She did a great job on the first episode, and well done for that. It picks up after season 1 and after Dezaras logo of Reluctant Alliance. We saw Terrania at the very end of Reluctant Alliance, just a little shot, and I don't know what it was, but I didn't want season 2 to start with a bang. Season 1 was like, setting things up, and you'd assume that season 2 would be like all guns are blazing and everything, especially after Reluctant Alliance, where you first see him, Dezaras, and he's fighting the Oolong robots. But I wanted him to be bored. I just thought it'd be funny if he stood around with Green Arrow and Black Canary, trolling, looking out for Mr. Freeze, and there's nothing going on. Obviously, because that's a villain instance, you're not going to see Mr. Freeze. And I just thought it'd be funny if he just stood around and he was bored. Ironically, Dijon Sutherland, who does the Figment series, he said it was a popcorn flick and there wasn't a boring moment in it, and my response was unlike Des at the start. That's the way it went. I did feel that despite the fact that he was bored, I don't think it was boring. I think the dialogue and the responses to what Green Arrow and Black Canary were saying, I thought that came across pretty well. And the whole part where he's talking to Dad and he's just flying and it's not snowing anymore, because that really weirds me out sometimes. I can get that it's only snowing at Gotham Mercy Gen because that's where Freeze had taken over, so his temperature control would only have a certain proximity. But there's like places in Gotham, you go to one spot and it'll be raining, and then you'll go out of that area and it won't be raining. Go back the other way, while you're going through to the other way, it's raining, and then you come out and it isn't raining. It's weird. I don't get it. The Justice League members that Dad mentioned, not Justice League, the Justice Realm, when he was talking about potential candidates for this team. Quick side note, I really wish they had the Eddie jig for the Viva La Raza thing, but I couldn't do it. They're actually members of the Justice Realm at the minute. Ultari, he'll be a big player in the series. The others, Major Magnum, Eliza Iris, Blue Battler, I haven't heard from them in months. Kind of hoping they'll come back. I mean, they contributed enough prestige for our new league hull. But, yeah, I'm not hedging my bets on those guys, but Ultari does have a future in the series. Now, else of the future in the series? Burn Unit. He was in at the end, little cameo. Yes, that was Burn Unit. It wasn't the original Burn Unit, because that's USPS. But he allowed me to recreate the character for use in my series. And so Burn Unit is linked to one of my PUPC accounts, and I voiced him, and yeah, all's good. We see a murder at the end. Sunshock taking out a thug. Sunshock, what I'll be doing with Sunshock is he'll look different for a couple episodes. It's a disguise mechanism. That was actually recorded on USPC. Because I have a version of Sunshock on the USPC that I use for Steel Saviour, but I don't have access to Mike's Sunshock, Mike Koppel, who created the character and will voice him. And the mobster guy was actually the Steel Saviour, Dezaras, dressed up in a blonde flat top, talking about threatening to hurt girls and stuff. It wasn't Dezaras, so I'm fine with that. I'm not fine. I mean, he died, so that was actually a bit of a collaboration with my son to set that scene up, which I've recorded stuff for episode 2, which was a bit awkward, but took a lot to get there. But Stunshot, the kill was basically, I was on my one PC, Bradley was on the other, and I just said to my son, I just said to him, as soon as you hear that gunshot, press enter. So I just went with the sleeper mode for that, and it was like bang, and he just fell to the ground. I think it came out pretty well. Yeah, there's really not a lot to talk about. Vastly overgeared for the Gorilla Grodd mission. Both of us were. Me more so, because it's a longer running character. I even tried to drop, I think the closest I could get his combat rating down was 36, without stripping him naked. But it's still, he still fell a few times. He got knocked down a couple of times. It was fine. There's also that part about him chomping at the bit, just wanting to get some action in, so obviously he'd be, going a bit more at it. And it was, the interactions were fun. I enjoyed writing it, I enjoyed filming it, I enjoyed editing it. It is actually the last of its kind in the way it was recorded, because I recorded most of that footage before I got my second PC. So it's, the action, the fighting, you didn't really cut to Terrania. I mean, Dezaras Flow Girl, that one was still done with 2 PCs but only recorded on one. So I had to duplicate the fight, which was awkward. It worked for the most part, but I don't care about you. Something on the screen. But it was still a pain in the ass trying to do that. But, going forward, all fights will be recorded from both perspectives at the same time. Both PCs will be on record. So, this was the last time I've really done it from one perspective. Yeah, there's really not a lot to talk about really with this. It's we introduced a new character. She'll be around for a bit. New story. Season 2 is about building the team. It's also, there's going to be more of an investigation route as well, because obviously they're trying to track down Sunshock and bring him to justice, so to speak. There will be twists and turns, and there will be more characters introduced over the course of the series. I think there's a new character introduced in the next 3 episodes, because there's another role for Mike to play in episode 2. Not a hero role, not a superhero role anyway. Episode 3 we'll see Dash Tracker, episode 4 we'll see Cougar Man, and episode 5 don't really introduce anyway, but just brings a few people back, like Burn Unit will be back for that one, Betty's back for that one. Looks like I might have a new VA for Betty, so I won't have to voice her. Thank fuck. But yeah, Foundations went really well, I think. It was, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, really. It's not one of those that I had a lot to talk about because it wasn't really one of my longer episodes. It was 25 minutes, standard for a Dark Saviour episode. Episode 3 brings back Agent Thomas as well. Yeah, that pretty much does it for that. I mean, if there's any questions, then let me know. But I think I've covered all the major points in there. So I'm going to shut this down and get on to the next part. You shall see me next time.